So tonight I've got about 15 minutes to do readings. So let me set my timer. We're going to do 15 minutes, okay? And then we're going to stop. All right, timer set. All right, so tonight I have the Energy Oracle deck and I have the Osho Zen deck to clarify, all right? So I'm just going to give them a shuffle. As I'm shuffling, just a reminder, I do personal readings. If you are interested in getting a personal reading to look into your personal situation, whatever you're going through, whatever you're curious about, something you might be having to stress and worry about, whatever that happens to be. If you are interested, send me an email. It's the same as the channel, getinweregoinghealing@gmail.com. You can find that information in the description and in my profile. All right. Cards are shuffled. We're going to give the Osho Zen Tarot deck a shuffle. Oh, top card came off. What do we have? We have the Tower in reverse. For somebody, that means that whatever it is that has been destined to change, a big undertaking, a big tower that was built on a bad foundation has crumbled. But it means that whatever trouble you were dealing with is over. The tower has already crumbled. It's in the reverse. The tower is down. So now that the tower is down, it's time to look at what can be salvaged. What can you use? What can you use to rebuild the next tower? A little bit stronger, a little bit more secure. Storm warning is on the bottom of the deck. So it might be that this is a tower that is about to fall. There is a storm coming that's going to push the tower down. Let's see what the cards have to say. All right, so let's call in the guides of all those who are watching. So for all those watching now and those who are tuning in the replay, help us get clear guided messages so they know what they need to hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ashe. All right, what does our collective need to hear today? The fourth chakra, heart chakra in reverse position. Somebody's heart is closed off. There's a need for patience with this. Can you tell me more about this heart chakra that's closed off? Okay, that's interesting. Ace of Cups came out, but it was wobbling like this. Okay, so Ace of Cups normally is about a new love coming in. Okay, so where the heart is closed, there's a new love coming in, but it's wobbling, right? Hello, Mert Ugerlu. What is deeply important to me, what's deeply important to me is helping other people let go of their baggage so they can be their greatest, most authentic selves. So as I was saying, the heart chakra is closed and the clarification is the Ace of Cups. New love. There's a new love that is being waiting to come in. And somebody's sometimes going with the flow and sometimes going against it because this card is entitled to go with the flow in this deck. So their heart chakra is closed off, I think because they're not sure what would go. Oh, this is a karmic pattern. Past lives is on the bottom of the deck. Karmic pattern. This is a karmic pattern for somebody. This is something that not only have they done repeatedly in their own life, but this is something that they saw passed down to the generations. This is something that their parents did. This is something their grandparents did. This is something their great-grandparents did. This is something that they've struggled with their whole lives. Tell me more about this, please. All right, now we have the first chakra, instability in reverse. So instability, insecurity, not knowing, just not having things stable. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for your compliment of me being so beautiful. I feel like I'm a little bit of a scrub today, but I appreciate your compliment. So first chakra is in reverse, instability, insecurity. Tell me about this, please. Okay, the dream, Six of Cups. Okay, so there's insecurity and instability because somebody's waiting for someone else to rescue them. Okay, this card talks about this person is sitting here in rags, in ruin, and she's envisioning the perfect life. She's envisioning somebody coming and sweeping her off her feet and providing the perfect life for them. So this person who's feeling unstable and insecure, it has to do with the fact that they're refusing to take action for themselves. This card talks about you're waiting for someone else to come and fix it for you instead of realizing that you're the one who needs to take action. Someone's not going to magically show up and fix your insecurity for you. That is your job to look a little closer at yourself and ask, why am I insecure? Why am I having a hard time with this? Why is this, why do I feel unworthy? Why do I feel like I'm unlovable? Right? All right, what else do we need to hear? Thank you. We have the deceit card coming out. Some deceit, some deceptions happening for someone. Tell me about this deceit, please. Thank you. Transformation in the reverse position. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a lie that someone is about to be reborn. Someone has done their transformation. Someone's completed their transformation. Okay, that's interesting. So somebody thinks they've completed their transformation, but that's not true. It's not true. Oh, because on the bottom of the deck, inner voice, high priestess, you're meant to trust your intuition. You're meant to trust your own inner knowing. Okay. Envy is in the reverse on the bottom of this deck, letting go of wanting something to be different than the way that it is. I saw a definition that said that stress is wanting something to be different than what it currently is, right? Wanting something to be different than what it currently is. So envy is wanting something to be different than it is, looking at something that you wish it were and then wishing it were that thing rather than what it is. The problem with that is like that old statement of comparison is the thief of joy. If you are focused on comparing, right, the envy, looking at something that's better than you think is better than what you currently have, the problem with comparison is it takes away the joy for what you currently have. So you end up looking at what you have and saying, but I'd rather have this over here. When you focus on this over here, this thing you have here might be really awesome, but you can't see how really awesome it is because you're so focused on what you think it should be, right? So when it's let go of envy, it's let go of wanting whatever this is, whatever it is that's transforming for you. And I think it has to do with love, since we've seen the heart chakra and we've seen the Ace of Cups. I think whatever this is, instead of looking at this relationship as what you wish it could be, see it as what you are grateful for what you have. Okay? Enjoy the present. Let's see what else we need to hear. Thank you. Now we have fifth chakra. Communicate. This is in the open position. So somebody is communicating. What are we communicating about? Thank you. That we're not healing. Oh, that we're ready to take action. Postponement in the reverse position. This is the Four of Swords, which is why I thought maybe that we're not healing, because the Four of Swords is about taking time to heal. But this card in this deck is called postponement, and it's in the reverse position. So somebody is communicating that they don't want to wait anymore. They don't want to put anything off anymore. They're willing to feel their feelings now. With Three of Swords, isolation. This card talks about how this guy is stuck in the ice and he's trapped. And the only way to get out is to cry these rainbow tears that then starts to melt the ice and free him. It's by feeling your feelings, expressing your heartbreak, feeling through the heartbreak, that you're able to actually release the heartbreak. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. What type of healing styles are you using? That's interesting. Out of balance. The yin yang is in reverse on the bottom, out of balance. I love IFS therapy, intrafamily systems. This is parts work. This is shadow work. I love delving into the deeper psyche of why we do what we do and what motivates us to do what we do and what patterns and programming we were given when we were children that no longer applies. That maybe that was a great programming for the life you lived and the house you lived in, but outside of that unique habitat, they no longer work. And so it's time to learn new programming. So I really like that kind of healing. All right, what else do we need to hear tonight? What do we have here? The sun. The sun is going to come out for someone. That means ultimate happiness. Clarify the sun, please. Slowing down, Page of Pentacles. Okay, seeing the world from a place of newness. There's the Six of Swords on the bottom of this deck, letting go of a burden, letting go of a mental burden that you've carried that belongs to someone else and not you. So the sun is going to come out. It's just slow to get there, but it's moving and it's meant to slow down. The sun will come out. Your joy will come out when you start seeing things again from the mindset of a child. Pages are young. Those are teenagers. Those are adolescents. Those are the world could be my oyster mindset. So when you are able to look at life again as it could be anything and be excited for life, that is when the sun will come out. That is when you will have that joy. What else do we need to hear? Thank you. We now have cornucopia. Card 11, talking about abundance. Some abundance is coming for someone. Tell me about this abundance. Okay, we have the King of Wands. Oh, this is a relationship. Oh, this is a relationship. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups with receptivity, and we have the King of Wands with the Creator. Okay, so the abundance that's going to come is going to be in being emotionally open, emotionally receptive, because the cups are emotions, right? So the Queen of Cups would be emotionally receptive. She's open. And then we see the many petaled lotus, right? Which in the Buddhist tradition talks about consciousness, talks about enlightenment, right? So as we go through enlightenment in our emotions, we're able to start creating the life we want with the King of Wands, okay? King of Wands here, you see how the light is flowing from his, in the Chinese Kung Fu system, they would call it the Dantian, the seat of your power. In Kung Fu, at least in the Kung Fu Chinese traditions, I studied 7-star praying mantis Kung Fu. And in the 7-star tradition, they talk about the Dantian, which in the Eastern philosophy of chakras, that would be your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus is your self-confidence. Solar plexus is self-worth. Solar plexus is how you view yourself in the world outside of you. That sort of thing, your power. Your seat of power. So when we've got it as that light coming out with the King of Wands, with the Emperor, or with the Creator, this is talking about you create your life. You create your destiny. It is your emotion to it. It is your energy, your essence. When you are open to receiving what you can receive and take action with it, because wands are energy, but it's take action with the energy. So you have the energy, great. What are you going to do with it? Right? So by taking your energy and knowing how to use your energy, how to master your energy, receive from the universe, and then take action, that's what creates abundance for you. It's not simply passive. Manifestation isn't simply just asking for it. Okay? Manifestation is feeling what it would feel like to have it, and then taking inspired action. What actions can you take? What small steps, what actions can you put into place? Maybe you just Google something and research something on topic you might want to know about. Maybe you want to be a writer and you Google, how do I start being a writer? Maybe you want to be an artist. How do I start being an artist? Taking steps in that direction, purposeful action, will get you closer than saying, I didn't do anything at all. I just wish it would be. Take steps in that action, in that direction, okay? What else do we need to hear? We now have the Angel of Love, okay? This is the unconditional love card. There's a need for unconditional love. Tell me about this Angel of Love, please. Thank you. Oh, that's quite a bit. Okay, what do we got? We have clinging to the past. So let go of the past, okay? I gotta grab these two cards. Oh, okay. Yes. All right. So we have clinging to the past. So letting go of the past. And interestingly, what I notice on this card, behind her, see this big block, okay? And we see all these mouths on this block. This is the past. And it's keeping her stuck. See how it's cracking, right? Letting go of it. But behind her, that's the cup of the Ace of Cups. That's the new love. That's the new way of seeing things. But see how she's dressed in rags? It's about lack. It's about poverty. It's about not having enough. So in the past, in this connection, wherever this unconditional love is meant to be, there was lack. There was, not having enough. It was poverty. You were in poverty of having this kind of love. But this is in the past. You're being asked to let go of the past. When someone was unaware, okay, this is awareness in reverse, where someone was unaware of their guilt, okay, and their unhappiness, because this is the sun. In this deck, they call it innocence. This is the sun. In the reverse, it's about, instead of innocence, it's guilt. It's in this, with being innocence is like young and childish. This is needing to grow up too fast. Somebody needed to grow up too fast, and because they had to grow up too fast, they lacked the awareness of self. They lacked awareness of who they were. And they're holding on to this past, and that's preventing them from finding this unconditional love. All right. So we know that we're having trouble finding unconditional love. That's interesting. Happy family is in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So this person who's having a hard time with unconditional love, looking at their past involved a family life that was not very happy, a family life that was pretty upsetting, right? So then what do we do? How do we let go of the past? How do we find deeper love? By taking back your power, goddess of the moon. We find this by taking back our power, by not giving our power away to others, by standing up for ourselves, by speaking up on our own behalf, by showing ourselves love and compassion. If this is resonating for you, my Facebook is We're Going Healing on my Facebook. I just did a reading that is repeating a lot of this stuff. So if this is resonating for you, you might find that reading resonates for you as well. So you maybe want to check that out. So Goddess of the Moon is about standing in your own power, taking back your power, being your own advocate, speaking up and knowing where your energy is, knowing how to use it, knowing what boundaries are, knowing how to use them, respecting other people's boundaries, respecting your own emotions, that sort of stuff. So if you're being asked to be the Goddess of the Moon, you are being asked to step back into your power. Tell me about this Goddess of the Moon, please. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. The clarification is the Magician with existence. And then integration with temperance, and this came in the reverse position. Schizophrenia, which is Two of Swords in the reverse position, making a choice. So the clarification about taking back your power is about learning to make a choice, decide what you're going to do. This card talks about this person can't move forward because they can't decide whether to let go with their hands or let go with their feet. In the end, it doesn't really matter. They're going to plummet down. They just, as long as they are staying here, not knowing what to let go of, they end up just being stuck. They don't make any motion. In the end, it doesn't matter what you choose, whether you choose to let go with your hands or let go with your feet. You're going to fall, but at least you're no longer stuck. At least you're no longer trapped in that indecision and not knowing what to do, and everything is just hinged on and stuck. So as you make a decision and just deal with whatever it happens, right? This is going to help you create internal balance and make the decision to create the life that you want. Magician, you have all the tools that you need in order to create the life that you want. All right, what's on the bottom of the deck? 8 of Wands with traveling. So energy coming to help you out with this. What's on the bottom of this deck? Man holding a coin. A masculine energy who's really focused on his physical world. That might be the counterpart to this divine feminine, to this Goddess of the Moon. This might be just the masculine energy. That's what I have for you. So thank you guys for all the love. I hope that this reached whoever it needed. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, you can find that information in my profile. That's the word I'm looking for, my profile. You can also just check out my linktree at linktr.ee/getinweregoinghealing. You can book a reading with me. I'm happy to help. All right, guys. Love and light. Until next time. Bye.